I'm Kim and welcome to our homeschool room. So I officially started homeschooling, sending all the documentation this week. And so I thought it'd be fun to unbox the things that I have bought in to start homeschooling my kids. I've got a third grader, gonna be in third grade, and a fifth grader. So to start out, this is my Amazon purchases. A couple years ago, my son was working on this cursive book that I got from Amazon, and you can see that it's written in, but we stopped doing it when we moved here because he was so busy and he never finished it. And so I'm gonna have him finish this up, and then I bought him a new one that has sentences. And so it has sentences that he can do just to give him more practice. And so on those same lines, my daughter hasn't done any cursive, so I bought her this beginning cursive for little girls book. And it's kind of cool because it has like pictures in the bottom corner she can color. And at the back, it's got all sorts of coloring pages and different things throughout it. So I'm gonna start her on this one. Now, these next couple of books are kind of intense. So in Florida, they have the FAST test. And in order to graduate high school, you have to pass the FAST test, and they start taking it from third grade on. And that was one of the reasons I homeschooled my son. Had a really difficult time with it. He scored okay, but mid-year he scored really bad, and it just really broke his confidence. But along those same lines, I don't know how long we're gonna homeschool for. If my kids wanna go back to public school, I'm gonna put them back in public school. So that I know that they're on standard, I bought these. And so they're fast practice books that are on Amazon, and it has the grade, so grade 5, and this one's the English, and this is grade 3 math, so they have math and English. And so I got them for each of my children. Can't get them out, they're so heavy. So I got them for all my kids, there's 2 of them. So with this book, they have an online test they can take, and it's laid out just like they do at school. And so I can get a good idea at the beginning of the year, before they do anything, where their level is according to Florida standards. And then throughout this whole book is practice tests. And not practice tests, practice pages. And the nice thing about the test is it'll tell me where they're struggling in. And so I can go through this book and pick out the little things I want them to do. And then I can do another practice test at the end of the year and see where they score and see if they're proficient for their grade. And so that's kind of my side curriculum that I'm just gonna use to make sure they're up to Florida standards in case they ever decide they want to go back to school, so that they're not behind, so that they know how to take these tests and everything's cool. I don't know that we'll do all this because we have a lot of other curriculum, but at least I have it to see where they're at in relation to other kids. Okay, now moving on to the curriculum, which we are doing the Good and the Beautiful curriculum because I've heard about it and I like how open and go it is, that an older kid can just open it, read what they need to be doing, and can get it done, and it's laid out in lessons, and I don't have to really think about it. So let's open those boxes. We will see what we have in here. Let's try to face this down so that you can see through all the goodies. So let's see if I can figure out what this is. Okay, so this is the musical multiplication for my daughter, and there were downloads, and I actually just downloaded them today and was listening to them. And they're little songs that get the children to know their multiplication. I'm excited about that. That's gonna be cool. So I bought third grade, level 3 curriculum, which is math and language arts for my daughter, and I bought level 5 curriculum math and language arts for my son. Now, what I like about The Good and the Beautiful is their history is family style. So you buy one set and you teach it as a family together, as long as your kids are close enough in age. My kids, I feel like it'll work. And same with science. So we picked a couple science things to do, and I bought student journals for them to do journals with them, and so we kind of learn it together. So only the math and language arts are separate. Everything else we do together. So that's really exciting. So this is all level 3. So this is mostly going to be my daughter's stuff. This book, I Sat by the Sea, a poetry collection for elementary age children. And then we have a level 3 reader, which is books. This is the little student journals for science. And so I picked, it's kind of cool. So apparently they go with the lessons. So it says lesson 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, the lessons on the main book. And there's like little cutout things. So they each do like a little thing. And so I had both of those for them. And that one is, where's the name? It's gotta be in here somewhere. We did health and the physical body. So that's kind of the family style science book. And then they have their little notebooks, which is kind of cool. So then the second one we chose to do, I'm trying to find the main book, is marine biology. Now, obviously I had to do marine biology because we live in Florida. And so I'm hoping we can go to the beach. We have a lot of marine biology that we can look at. And my daughter wants to be a vet, and I kind of want to try to convince her to be a marine biologist because I think that'd be really cool. So here's the marine biology for field trips. Hopefully we'll go to a lot of aquariums and different things like that. And so they've got their little student journals. So now we have the level 3 language arts. This thing is thick. So what it looks like, so like we have lesson 29, geography and maps. Have the child reread aloud the poems on page 25 to 26 of I Sat by the Sea, which was that poem book. Practice the challenging words climb in the appendix for 3 to 5 minutes, and then read to the child. And so it tells you what the parent needs to read, and then it like tells you in blue, discuss with the child how the country is divided into political boundaries, states, and different things. Ask these questions. And it's kind of like one page is a lesson. So that doesn't seem like very long at all. So that sounds fun. The Forgotten Finca. So this is all 3rd grade when it comes to reading. So this is just an extra book she gets. Wait. Oh, and then I got, oh my goodness, this is all like sealed together. Let's open it. So this is the level 5 language arts. That's pretty thick. Ugh, that doesn't sound fun. Sentence and diagramming. I do not like English. So hopefully we get through this, because that does not look fun. Let's see. Huh. So it looks like, oh, it's their little like cards. So do you capitalize seasons? No, you don't capitalize seasons. So it's almost like flashcards of reviewing stuff. So it says grammar, but then there's also geography. So it's asking them which these oceans are called. The states are called. Actually, oh, and it does like state capitals. Interesting. I like that. All right, so it's a whole book set. So then, open it up. And there's these big books for my child to read. I don't know if they go with the assignments like my daughters do, but that's interesting. Oh, and then it has watercolor. around the world template sheets. Okay. So they're little pages for watercoloring. Interesting. So there's projects in the book apparently. This one's not so heavy. All right, let's see. All right. Ooh, this is the history. This is history. So, this is a game. Open. I hear keys. Oh my goodness. My hands aren't big enough. We've got game pieces, cards, and a little tiny game board. Our last science curriculum that we're doing is space. And so the reason I chose space was because we have Kennedy Space Center, like not far from our house, and we have season passes that don't expire till November. So I figured we'll do space first and go to Kennedy Space Center a whole bunch to maybe we'll take our books and do space there. That might be fun. So we've got our space book. Very fun. And then they have their space journals to go with, oh, that was an empty page. Oh, extra notes to go with the curriculum. This is the History Year 1 course book. I've heard other people say that you could, like if one of your kids is really interested in one thing, you could kind of slow down and focus on that part and like go to the library and pick out different books to read. So we'll see. We'll see how the history goes. I've heard mixed reviews about the history, but we'll just have to see how much they actually enjoy it. So this is big book of stories for history. Oh, so they're like colored. So the other one was like the instruction book, and these are like stories. That sounds fun. Last box. How cute! So for Math 3, you buy this little box, and it has everything you need to do math assignments. There's little shapes. This is a tape measure. We've got little dice. Game pieces. We don't need that. Cool. This is a little array mat. And the months of the year. Very cute. So then she has her own little box for all the stuff she needs for math. Very fun, very fun. This is a whiteboard. I'm assuming it goes with hers. All right. Ooh, that is a honker. Math 3. So again, this is supposed to just be open and go. Can pretty much do math on their own. So it looks like, let's look. Lesson 11. Have the child practice these items. Skip count by 5s. Oh, and it's incorporated. Anyways, skip count by 50s. And then it tells you read to the child, show the child different things. So you kind of do this together. So like this page is like the lesson, the teaching. And then it looks like this page, some more like teaching and stuff. And then this is practice for them to do on their own. And then this is kind of like a review and activities. And then a new lesson. Okay, so it kind of breaks it up into like stuff we do together, stuff they do by themselves. And you could rip them out if you wanted to. I probably wouldn't rip it out because I'll lose it. Oh, and a handy dandy answer key. Because who doesn't need an answer key? Just to make sure you're doing it right. I mean, really, 3rd grade math, I should be good, but you never know. Moving on. Ow. Level 5 math. This says mental math. So parent holds up this page, which is the questions, and they do it in their mind. And I have the answers on the back. And so I'm telling him by sixes, skip count by sixes from 6 to 72, which is really, multiplication. And they have different lessons. So it's like short little things for them to do. That's kind of cool. And then we've got the Math 5 answer key. All of the answers. And then, last but not least of our giant haul, Math 5. So I think the older maths, they're kind of supposed to be able to do themselves. Because they can read, they can follow the directions. But there seems to be, so there's QR codes because there's a video lesson so that they can watch the video and understand what they're learning. That's kind of cool. So then there's like a mini lesson right here and then a practice. That's what it looks like. This is decimals. And then a review section. And then I'm assuming there's got to be some type of assessment. Oh yeah, and then there's these unit assessments. So I guess if you wanted to keep track of grades, you can kind of do it on the unit assessment. So yeah, that's my haul. That's our homeschooling stuff. I think it looks like I got everything. Let me clean this up and then I will give you a short clip of the desk situation of what they do. Okay, so right as you come up the stairs, there's this loft area and this is the playroom / homeschool room. So over here we've got a cute little setup. Games, books, TV. So this is my daughter's setup. So she's got it all decorated and in these drawers are put the curriculum and different things. They all have their own place. This is my little cart with everything I need, and then my son's, and same thing, he's got his curriculum kind of in the drawers. So yeah, they can look out the window at the little canal back there. I can't see it because of the little canal back there, and do their schoolwork. So yeah, that's our setup.